I cannot think in English. Actually, I'm confused. Like, how to start thinking in English? How can I make my brain to think in English? Because I have heard many people speaking like until and unless you start thinking in English, you cannot become a fluent speaker. You cannot speak in English. And the thing is that I'm unable to think. If you have like this kind of thought, so don't worry, because it's like a myth. You are a beginner and you think like you will start thinking in English, so it's become a little bit of challenging for you, because as you have recently started your learning journey, English learning journey, and you will think like you will start thinking in English, so it really will be a little bit of challenging for you. Okay, but yes, you can start thinking in English. Friends, if I think in English, if I start thinking in English, so definitely you can also start thinking in English by doing regular practice and with the passage of time. So in today's video, I will definitely share with you some magic like tip and tricks. By applying those, you can also start thinking in English. My name is Anu Mathur and I welcome you to my channel, Anushree English Channel. So without getting any delay, let's get into the video. Friends, I hope you all are doing great and you are learning this language in a very great way. So far as English thinking is considered, it's really, I think, very easy for those English learners who are like intermediate level or advanced level. But friends, to be very frank with you, if you are a beginner and you have recently started your English learning journey, so it will be like difficult for you, because it's my own opinion. You cannot think about anything, about any person, about any place if you are not aware, right? If you have experienced those things, if you have experienced those places, so definitely you can explain a lot of things. You can just think a lot of things in your mind. You could have internal communication. Same happens with English language. My dear friends, if you are a beginner and you are thinking like you are not able to think in English and you won't be speaking English, so it's just like a myth. Even without thinking in English, you can start your journey, and after some time, actually you know very well that everything changes with the passage of time. Nothing is permanent here. Okay, today if you are a beginner and you are unable to think in English, don't worry, because after some time, as time goes by, you will also start thinking in English. If I talk about me, so in my initial stage, to be very honest with you, I was also not capable of thinking in English, and I was also worried like what to do, how to start thinking. But friends, when I focused on my vocabulary, like grammar, and grammar, I'm not speaking about detailed grammar, I'm speaking only English grammar, like spoken grammar. And you know very well that there is a huge difference between academic grammar and spoken grammar. In academic grammar, you have to read like noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, and all those things. Okay. So friends, the moment you will get idea like how to use like vocabs with yourself, how to connect vocabs, how to speak, how to listen, what is the correct way to speak, so definitely you can start thinking. So first and foremost, what things you have to do, like focus on vocabulary, okay, basic tenses, and like sentence formation, and towards listening. Just create a habit of listening, and as well as speaking. So first and foremost, you need to focus all these things, and after that you will find like automatically you are able to think in English. You have to not be like very aware about like I am going to think in English, and whenever I try to think in English, I just start thinking in my mother tongue, in my regional language. So friends, it's very common, because if you are surrounded with only your mother tongue, your regional language, so how is it possible like you will be able to think in English? What you like observe, that thing will be come out. Okay, if you create like if you surround yourself with English content more and more, so definitely you will automatically start thinking in English. So I recommend you, like, don't focus on thinking on English first and foremost. Just focus on like grammar, okay, basic grammar, like there are 4 basic tenses you need to know, and only then you can start speaking in English. What are those? Like present indefinite, past indefinite, future indefinite, and present continuous, because all these 4 tenses revolve around us in our speaking. Whenever we like you know very well that whenever we talk about habits, so we go with present indefinite. Whenever we like talk about past, what happened with us, about our past incident, so we go with past indefinite. And whenever we just talk about planning, future planning, so we go with future indefinite. And you know very well that whenever you are discussing about your present, like what are you doing, okay, what are you doing, so you discuss in present continuous. So all these 4 tenses are very compulsory to know. And my dear friends, just trust me, if you command over all these 4 tenses, so definitely 99% English will be in your hand. Okay, just focus. Don't listen others like what they are saying, okay, what they are speaking. Just focus. If you really want to speak this language, if you have really like started your English learning journey and you want to become a fluent speaker, your goal is to speak in this language, your goal is to become a success personality, okay, so you need to first and foremost focus on like grammatical things, like basic grammar, okay, and vocabulary, and create the habit of listening, because listening impacts a lot. Okay, when we are listening to conversation, okay, how the people are talking, so it impacts a lot. We just get to know like what is the correct way to speak, okay, and as well as you have to do your speaking practice. Just like you have to like follow a step, learn vocabulary, okay, and connect that vocabulary to yourself. And after that, just try to explain those vocabularies in your sentences, in your words, okay. And after that, listen like how the people are talking, so you will improve your like pronunciation, okay, intonation, pitch and all when you start listening. So listening is also very compulsory, and you know very well that how you learned your mother tongue, by listening, okay. When we listen and when we read something, so it becomes a part of our memory, okay. And when someone comes to us and before us, and when he starts speaking something, so our mind clicks that okay, this word, I know this word, because you have already read somewhere or already listened somewhere. So listening and reading really impacts a lot. So friends, I would recommend you like focus first and foremost, focus on like vocabulary and tenses and speaking and listening and reading, okay. And within a couple of days, what will you notice that you have automatically started thinking in English, okay. What things you are doing, like wherever you are, in your office, in the market, in at your school, at your home, wherever you are, you will start thinking in English. It would not be difficult for you to think in English. So that's how you can also start thinking in English. Friends, I think like until and unless you experience the things, you spend your time with particular person, you cannot speak even a single word, you cannot think even a single sentence. So it is very compulsory, like you have to know about those things which you want to explain in your mind, which you want to think in your mind, okay. So just first spend your time. So that's why I'm saying you friends, first spend your time with English content. The more content you observe, the more like familiar you will be with this language, and more comfortably you will speak this language. So that's all in today's video what I wanted to say. And friends, I have a request for you. Actually, I am working upon my pronunciation. I just want to improve my pronunciation, because I know that my pronunciation is not so much good. Comment me, I am improving my pronunciation or not. Let's meet in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep smiling, and bye bye.